Tory manner as I go through this. If I put a slide up and talk about an event that you were at, I want you to stand for a moment and sit back down. Some of you are going to be standing a lot, some maybe not quite so much. But these are some of the things that I've experienced that I think reflect the state of the association this year. Do you know that AFC helps to support the Council of Presidents as they meet each month all around the state? As your president, I'm privileged to attend those meetings and make a report on your behalf and bring back information from the Council of Presidents. President Pickens mentioned the work for continuing contract this year. And it was in one of those meetings that the Council of Presidents sort of gave us some idea of how we could be instructive in that discussion. Who's been to a Council of Presidents meeting? Stand up. Early in the year, our first commission meeting was our trustees commission. Over 100 of our trustees gathered in Tallahassee. Sean Alvashire, the chair of that committee, has done a wonderful job this year in organizing that group. Our trustees commission came and got valuable instruction about how to lead our colleges in those efforts. At that same event, we dedicated the Wall of Honor, which is now on the top floor of our AFC building, which recognized the presidents of the Magnificent 12, Florida's black junior colleges. Dr. Walter Smith, former president of FAMU, was there to talk to us about the history of that great heritage. In February, we gathered at the Mission Inn near my home to hold our own leadership conference and talk about ways to expand leadership in our membership. Who was at the membership conference? Are you standing up? See, I can't see. All righty. Thank you. You may want to just stand up when I show the slide because I can't see you anyway. Did you know that your executive committee meets 5 times during the year and many, many times over the phone or by email in between? That executive committee that you saw stand before you just a little while ago. Executive committee, stand up again. And beyond that, you have a board of directors that represents all of your regions, commissions, and special committees. They meet 4 times a year all over the state to represent you and make decisions about the financial and all sorts of decisions about our association. Thank you. Did you know that we and many of your college presidents and trustees and others attended the National Legislative Summit in Washington, D.C., where we talked about the needs of colleges at the national level? Did you know that AFC was a sponsor of Black, Brown, and College Bound at Hillsborough Community College? Marcia kind of represented us. Yeah, that's all right. Applaud these. Stand up. This is part of what you do. All right, now I expect some yelling for some of these next ones. Region 1 Spring Conference, sponsored by Tallahassee Community College. Kevin Petty led that effort. Region 3 Spring Conference, Daytona State College. Charlene Latimer. Region 4 Spring Conference, St. Petersburg College. Cheryl Peterson. So many volunteers, so many people make these happen. Did you know that AFC helped to sponsor the Connections Conference that was held at Santa Fe, where we talked about the needs of developmental students and how to connect them up and down the system? Region 2, Spring Conference, Santa Fe College again, led by Debbie McElroy. See, some of you standing up a lot. Who was at the Facilities Commission Conference at South Florida State College, led by Dr. Robert Flores. Did you know all this stuff was happening? Region 4 Spring Conference, Broward College, Chao Wang. Who was there? You know, I did that wrong before, and I never fixed the slide. Region 5. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. It is Region 5. I know it's Region 5. I didn't fix the slide. We launched our Certified College Professionals program all over the state. There's a bunch of you out there. You should be standing up. The list is not done yet. We had a joint commissions conference in Tallahassee in May. A lot of commissions came together. Exemplary practice. Our chancellor spoke. Student Development Commission Conference in Orlando. Joe Cerubo, commission chair there. Here's one I bet a lot of you didn't know about. Did you know that AFC helps to support the Florida Association of Colleges and Universities, independent colleges and universities of Florida? Dr. Johnson, Dr. Murdo, Dr. Holden, and Dr. Curley are all involved in the leadership of that organization. Our legislative committee held a retreat this summer to begin the work of planning for next year's legislative session. Our legislative committee is here somewhere. Your bylaws committee, under the leadership of Bill Maloney, pulled that group together during the summer, and later in the week we'll be voting on new bylaw amendments. Did you know that AFC helps to sponsor the Chancellor's Leadership Seminar and is proud to be associated with that aspect of leadership here in our state? Did you know that we helped to sponsor an event at the American Association of Community Colleges at its national meeting in Orlando? Dr. McGee and Seminole State were there. Dr. Padron from Miami-Dade received an honor at that event, and we were there to represent you. Am I through yet? Almost. Your Association of Florida Colleges Foundation and its head, Andre Hawkins, has met and has continued the work of bursting our balloon to pay off the state building. Did you know that we were a sponsor of the Chair Academy that met here in Florida? Have you been involved in one of our many service projects across the state, at chapters, regions, and here at convention? We had our membership conference in July. Dr. Alex Perez, membership committee, and all those who were in attendance there. And finally today, and this week, we're here for the 63rd Annual AFC Conference. Did you know that that much happened during the course of the year? How could we say that the state of the association is anything but excellent after that list of accomplishments? I also think we've gone a long way to meeting the goals that I established as I began the year. I tried to make them manageable. I wanted us to launch the Certified College Professional Program, and I'm proud to say that tomorrow night we will celebrate our first graduates of that program. I wanted us to strengthen the message and the work of our AFC commissions, and your commission vice president, Joe Wallace, has done a wonderful job of helping to pursue that. If you haven't signed up to do a short video in support of your commission, I want to see you do that. My final goal was that we would reach 10,000 members in 2012. I didn't think we were going to make that in 2012, and we're not quite there, but we're going to support President Byron Todd in the next year to finally reach that goal as well. My motto for the year has been many dreams, one future. And I always think about individual students and their stories when I think about our work. I think about a student in my class this semester named Mike. Mike dropped out of school in the 8th grade. He's about my age now, and after many years of working in the industry and finding that he always got to a place where he had to either speak or write, and he felt uncomfortable doing so, that it was time for him to quit his job and go back to work and get a degree. But that's not the whole story for Mike. After about 8 weeks of the semester, he decided he didn't have what it takes, and he was about ready to drop out. But between the counselors and his friends and me as his instructor, we talked him into staying, and Mike's going to do just fine. We represent the future. We represent the dreams of not just the students that we have in our classrooms right now, but of the future of the state of Florida. And I'm so very proud to have been your spokesman this year for this great association. Please give yourselves another round of applause for what you do. A few more things I want to say before we get to our speeches and our candidates for office. If this is your first convention, would you please stand and let us welcome you? We're very glad that you're here and hope you will take full advantage of all that these days have to offer. You won't be disappointed. Learn from your colleagues, make friends, and find ways to incorporate what you learn and take it back to your college. With more than 48 professional development sessions to choose from, you will learn something. As you must know, there's a tremendous amount of work that goes into these annual conventions. To accomplish all the jobs that take place before, during, and after the convention, we need to recognize individuals who have served. If you are a part of any of the regional committees that have helped to provide leadership and volunteerism throughout this convention, if you've helped with meal table reservations, decorations, name badges, operations, internet room, door prizes, and all the other jobs that are associated with the convention, would you please stand and accept our thanks? Stand up. And it's already been said, but I also want to thank our friends from St. Petersburg College and from Pasco Hernando Community College who serve as our host colleges and who have assisted us in so many ways in making this happen. If you're from one of those two schools, stand up and hear our applause. It's all of our work together that makes this a wonderful opportunity. Finally, in terms of recognition, I want you to see your board of directors, the folks from all across the state who come together and listen to some mighty long meetings to talk about what we need to do. If you're a member of the board of directors for the Association of Florida Colleges, please stand and receive our applause.
Let's give Gary one more round of applause for his many years of service to this association. At this time, we'd like to highlight a few individuals who have assisted in making this association great, as Gary has described. And these are people that are going to be recognized this afternoon with our most prestigious honor that the association can bestow upon a member, the Honorary Life Membership Award. Our first recipient has a 23-year history with AFC and is known at her college for her long-standing commitment and outstanding service to the association. She served 6 times as chapter president of her chapter. She served 10 years as chapter treasurer and was the chapter's unsung hero in 1997, 2002, and 2006, and the Region 2 Deputy Director in 2010 and 11, and Region 2 Director in 2011. This recipient has been a member of the Career and Professional Employees Commission for 13 years and has served as its treasurer for 10 of those. As you can see, there really isn't much she hasn't done as a member of the AFC. A stalwart of the Florida Gateway College chapter, it is my distinct honor to present Ms. Frances Ash with the AFC Honorary Life Membership. All right, whoever's operating the scroll needs to slow down. It's way ahead of me. All right. Now this one, we try to keep these secret, as you can tell by Francis is completely shocked and overwhelmed. And I wish we could keep this next one secret to the very last sentence, but I know that by the second sentence of my description, we're going to give it away. Our next recipient through the years has provided mentoring advice and support to fellow AFC members statewide.
I'm sorry.
What are you doing?
Go ahead. Just go ahead.
All right. The next recipient throughout the years has provided mentoring advice and support to fellow AFC members statewide. With his working knowledge of legislative issues. As a retired decorated military veteran, in the 90s, he worked closely with then Representative John Thrasher and ultimately served as then Representative Thrasher's senior executive assistant from 1992 to 2000, including time while Representative Thrasher was the Speaker of the House. Although this recipient was not at the time a representative of the Florida college system, he worked alongside the Speaker and was an advocate for education in support of the governor's education reform initiatives. In 2000, he officially joined the Florida college system, and we've been benefiting from his presence ever since. As an AFC member for more than 12 years, his chapter and others have come to depend on him to relay the legislative facts in layman's terms. Known by his fellow legislative comrades as Rollout Roy, he annually hosts a series of legislative updates for faculty, staff, and administration. These events are highly attended and greatly valued by the campus community. As on a more basic note, but no less important level, he is someone who at the AFC chapter offices know to turn to year after year for assistance on any task. Whether called upon to sell raffle tickets, recruit new members, or man a booth, he responds to each request with an immediate yes, just tell me how you need me to help out. He also served last year as the chair of the AFC Legislative Committee, and I'm very, very proud to serve with him as my colleague and my very good friend. Let's please recognize Mr. Jim Roy of St. John's River State College, AFC Honorary Life Member. Our next recipient is a well-respected former legislator, Senate Minority Leader, confidant to various governors, successful businessman and lobbyist with a reputation for the highest ethical standards. He has been a supporter of the Florida college system, has lobbied for the system, the association, and has provided advice to us, the Council of Presidents, as well as many, many individual college presidents. First elected to the Senate in 1967, he was only 27 years old. This made him one of the youngest members ever elected in Florida to the state Senate. He served in the Senate from 1967 through 1978 legislative session. After leaving the legislature, this recipient returned to Tallahassee and worked as a lobbyist for many, many different clients. Among those clients has been the Association of Florida Colleges and our Council of Presidents. Most recently, his background and expertise a couple years ago about the Florida retirement system allowed him to effectively lobby with us and on our behalf to minimize the impact of the FRS changes a couple years ago to you. In recognition of his influence and the high regard in which he was held among legislative leaders, he was asked to work behind the scenes to review and to recommend what changes should be made on those proposed retirement bills. Thanks to his vast history and knowledge of FRS, the legislature, and the Florida college system, we were successful in our lobbying efforts that year. And we owe a great debt of gratitude to the Honorable Ken Plant. Unfortunately, Ken is recovering from an illness and could not be with us today, and we will present him with his award at the Trustees Legislative Conference in Tallahassee. But please, let's give Senator Plant a rousing round of applause. Finally, our final recipient's tenure in AFC is impressive, both for her service at the local level and her service statewide. Since 1996, she has served AFC in a variety of leadership positions at the chapter, region, and state levels. These include Vice President of Regions and Chapters, State Awards Committee Chair, Region 1 Chair, Chapter President, Treasurer, Secretary, Concessions Chair, Publicity Chair, and many, many others. She is truly Miss AFC. There isn't much about AFC she doesn't know. If she's asked to do it, consider it done. During her tenure as the association's president, the groundwork began for our new leadership program, the Certified College Professional. Her goal was to establish a leadership program in the association that would provide all college employees, regardless of their position at their institution, the opportunity to build their leadership skills and be recognized for their talent and commitment to their college and the Florida college system. Over the years, this recipient has garnered a reputation for having the need to shop. Now, what you may not know about her is that she's a home goods addict. During her year as president, she found and shopped in every home goods store in the state of Florida, and she doesn't know that, but I have seen her in the Tallahassee store on more than one occasion that just opened very recently. Known for driving while reading, she has visited your chapters and regions, fortunately arriving safely, and she has also completed in that drive a novel, a Sudoku puzzle, and research for whatever publication project she is working on at the present time. Over the last 10 years, she has designed logos and themes for nearly every incoming AFC president. Her dedication and commitment to this association is unfailing. She is more than our immediate past president. She is an AFC treasure. It is my distinct honor to present an AFC honorary life membership to our 2011 president and current past president, Miss Evelyn Ward from Chipola College.